You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. One person had to be taken to the hospital following a shooting in Wilkes-Barre. Shots were fired around 11:30 this morning at South Main Plaza. The victim was taken to Geisinger South Medical Center for treatment. Police detained one man and found a handgun inside of a Honda Accord parked across the street. A witness said they saw two people arguing before one of them brandished a handgun and fired 2 rounds. There's no word at this time on the identities of the victim, the suspect, or what charges will be filed. Hazleton City Council members voted to hold the line on next year's property taxes. The $13.7 million budget was presented and adopted at last night's meeting. Property taxes will remain at 6.78 mils for 2022. Council also decided to keep the real estate transfer tax at 1% and will split the funds between the city and the school district. 2 other taxes were also terminated, the $5 resident tax and the $10 per capita tax. A payroll tax ordinance was also passed, which replaces the mercantile tax. Incoming council members will have the opportunity to review and make amendments to the budget once they take office in January. A Hazleton man's facing charges after allegedly assaulting a woman in her Hazel Township home. 22-year-old Shamel Ellis was out on probation when he broke into a home on Winters Avenue around 2 a.m. Thursday. State police arrived on scene and found a female victim covered in blood. She told them that Ellis was her ex-boyfriend, and he allegedly shoved, hit, and strangled her during an argument. Police found him walking on West Green Street in Hazel Township with blood on his hands. He resisted arrest and had to be tased. Ellis was charged with strangulation, burglary, resisting arrest, and reckless endangerment, among other charges. He was denied bail and taken to Luzerne County Prison. A new TikTok challenge is raising concerns around schools. The new viral trend, National Shoot Up Your School Day, convinces children to commit violent crimes. Because of this, the Hanover Area School District was one of the many that decided to hold learning virtually, while Valley View and Wyoming Area upped their police presence in their schools. Crestwood Superintendent Bob Mahalik was offered a job as assistant to the superintendent for the Hazleton Area School District. Mahalik moved to his position at Crestwood back in 2019 and was a member of the Hazleton Area School Board until his 3rd term expired December 6th. An assistant to the superintendent for student services, Mahalik would take over the duties done by Special Education Director Deborah Iannuzzi before her retirement earlier this year. In addition to directing special education, Mahalik would also supervise the cyber program with 973 students as of December 1st, oversee the homeschool program, and certify data parents provide for children they teach at home. Although the board approved hiring Mahalik Thursday, it's not clear whether he'll take the job at this time. And with that, the Crestwood School Board recently voted on a new policy to allow students and faculty to go maskless inside schools. The school board came down to 2 options: masking throughout the district until transmission rates go down in Luzerne County over the course of a 10-day period, or self-choice through a parent or guardian for secondary students on Friday and for elementary students starting January 18th. The vote comes 6 days after the state Supreme Court's recent decision on ending the mask mandate through a lower court ruling that it was enforced without legal authorization. LCTA broke ground this morning on a new facility in Wilkes-Barre. Our Rhino Sachi has the details on the big project.
We stopped up in Wilkes-Barre this morning as the Luzerne County Transportation Authority held a groundbreaking of a brand new facility. This new facility will transition the entire LCTA under one roof. LCTA Director Robert Fume is extremely excited to finally get the ball rolling on this project.
Long-awaited project here is coming to fruition now. Construction will begin shortly, and hopefully 18 to 24 months. it'll be completed. My staff has been working very hard on this with the state, local, and federal officials and the board for a few years, and finally, it's come to a point where we're ready to get going.
There were many people involved in this project, and some of them spoke today, including U.S. Congressman Matt Cartwright, PA Senator John Udicek, and PA Representative Eddie Day Paszynski.
A couple of the speakers stated how everyone, no matter what your party is, no matter where you live, it's just coming together and doing the right thing, doing what's right for the area, for Wilkes-Barre and Luzerne County and our whole Northeast PA and families here.
This new facility will be state-of-the-art and will combine all operations in one.
We're separated now in 2 different sites, but we will be under all of our buses, all of our ride vans, fixed route buses, all of our employees, administrative offices, etc. Maintenance facility, compressed natural gas fueling station, all in one site. It'll be shorter trips for passengers. We'll save some money for the taxpayers with efficiencies because of that, and it's all good.
Wilkes-Barre Mayor George Brown has been waiting a long time for this finally to come to fruition.
I've been waiting 2 years as mayor for this to happen. It's finally happening. Think about it. City of Wilkes-Barre is coming back. This is the anchor project to bring the city back. $58 million project, 670 construction jobs, 160 new jobs coming to the city of Wilkes-Barre. Transportation that's going to be unbelievable for all the residents. How can it not be a wonderful day today? It's an amazing day. It's the beginning of bringing the Wilkes-Barre City back to where it should be.
Mayor Brown is most proud of the teamwork of everyone involved and how this facility will help the community.
It's truly a team concept. Doesn't matter if you're a D or an R. Doesn't matter what title you have, mayor, congressman, senator. It's just working together. City council, county council, everyone's working together. And what you see today, this groundbreaking, is what happened when people can work together as a team with the same idea in mind. A beautiful new facility, updating this facility, new jobs, and just the benefit of the city of Wilkes-Barre and outlying areas. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. 2 years from now, you're going to say, I remember listening to Mayor Brown on TV, on Wyln, and he told us that 2 years ago. Well, guess what? It's going to happen.
The new facility will be located at 290 South Pennsylvania Avenue in Wilkes-Barre, and as the mayor said, hopefully we'll be ready in 2 years. Reporting in Wilkes-Barre for WYLN News, I'm Ryan Osachi.
Thanks, Ryan. Nurses that began their journey at the Hazleton State General Hospital School of Nursing reunited last night to reminisce on the times they shared. The Hazleton State General Hospital was built and opened its doors back in 1891 for injured persons of the middle coalfields with a bed capacity of 48. Soon after that, the state-owned institution opened its School of Nursing with 5 students in the first class. At the time, the hospital offered opportunities for practical experience in nursing that included medical, surgical, pediatric, emergency care, operating room, intensive care, and special services.
We just loved being in that building. And now I understand that building is going to be gone to put up the Cancer Treatment Center, which is a good thing for our community. But those memories will all be gone, and as long as they stay with the people that live there, it will be just great because we loved it. We really did.
Once the School of Nursing graduated its final class in 1982, over 1,570 nurses had received their degrees.
But it was an extremely, extremely educating program because we really had to learn. You had doctors that were instructors, there were nurses with degrees that were instructors, and we all did separate areas in the hospitals, and we did all shifts in the hospitals. So it was nice. It really was, and I love it, and I love my job, and I miss my job.
A complete new modern facility was occupied in 1975 with 184 beds and provided improved facilities for patient care, education, and research, serving an approximate 6,000 inpatients and 25,000 outpatients annually.
I learned a whole heck of a lot being in nursing school. And I have a lot of friends that will call me and say, could you tell me this? We'd have ward classes. Could you call me and tell me about this? Could you teach me about this? And that was another thing. When we would have students in the hospital, or we would have some of the doctors that would have students, and I would intervention, I do some interventions, and I'd say, well, could you tell me this, and could you tell me that, and could you ask me this, and could you ask me that, and I still miss it.
The hospital was accredited by the Joint Commission of the Accreditation of Hospitals for providing high-quality medical and hospital care in all services, and for maintaining its primary objective, the safety and welfare of the patient.
Well, we had a lot of special moments together. We were like a family because we lived in the residence, so we were there, and we didn't have the same thing as colleges do where they're off for many weeks in the summer and over holidays. We basically stayed there for 3 years of our lives and got to know each other very well. We worked very hard. We spent a lot of time getting great experiences in the hospital itself. Nurses at that time were given a lot of experience of hands-on training of how to run a floor. So we came out of school, basically we could just run with it and be part of the staff.
But with each ending lies a new beginning, as LVHN plans to build their new state-of-the-art cancer treatment center on the hospital campus, on top of where the former nursing school once stood strong.
Well, the community has to progress. You know, we're turning the tides, and now we're going to expand. We're going to have a great cancer center so we can continue to treat our patients in the Hazleton area, which is great for our community.
Stay warm and save money this winter by following a few simple steps. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has the details.
The DEP and the Pennsylvania Public Utility Commission has advice on winterizing your home in order to save on energy cost.
A change as minor as setting back your thermostat can make a big difference in your bill. Each degree that your thermostat is lowered can save you 3% on heating.
Make sure that heating mechanisms in your home are properly maintained.
Regular cleaning of warm air registers, baseboard heaters, and radiators is another way to ensure you're saving money and energy. Make sure these heating systems are not blocked by furniture, carpeting, or drapes.
Purchase weather stripping for windows and doors to keep the cold air out.
Insulation does not block leaks, so it's important to air seal parts of your home before insulating. Seal air leaks with caulk. Air leaks are found in windows, doors, chimneys, and recessed lights in insulated ceilings. Larger cracks can be filled with air foam. The U.S. Department of Energy's insulation webpage will tell you what kind of insulation you should use and how to put it in your home.
You can also use natural sunlight to help heat your home.
During the day, make sure you keep curtains and drapes open on the south-facing side of your house so sunlight can heat your home. But make sure you close those curtains at night.
Keep your home safe as well by having your furnace checked by a professional.
That will ensure your unit is running effectively, running safely, and preventing carbon monoxide poisoning. Air filters on a furnace should be replaced as directed to keep heat in your home and the unit running well. A furnace that is properly maintained can result in a 10% reduction in the fuel you consume.
There's also resources to help with energy efficiency.
Most Pennsylvania consumers can shop for competitive energy suppliers who may be able to provide that energy cost savings or other benefits.
Residents struggling with bills can contact their utility companies for assistance.
We have been saying time and time again that we encourage you to call utilities now. That direct conversation between the customer and the utility is the best first step in terms of getting help.
For more information, visit PA Power Switch or PAGasSwitch.com. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up on WYLN News, your favorite furry friends of the week, plus 1224 tonight at the Wiltsey Center. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
It's me again, LJ. I'm 9 years old, and tomorrow will be rainy. Get your umbrellas out because it's about to get wet.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. So check out the SPCA of Luzerne County for all breeds, shapes, and sizes of pets. The shelter has some more furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone, meet Autumn. This beautiful calico cat will be sure to keep your heartstrings warm, even in the wintertime. Her color is spectacular, and it's even more impressive in person. So stop by and check Autumn out. And up next is Reptar. He's now available for adoption after coming to the shelter as a stray. He's an energetic and playful boy who's super easy to love. Call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more. You may just meet your new best friend and give them a well-deserved forever home. 1224 is bringing their high-energy, full-scale holiday rock orchestra performance to the Wiltsey Center tonight. Show starts at 8, but the lobby will be open to the public until 7:30 p.m. with local crafters and businesses. Tickets will be sold at Boscov's and the Laurel Mall for $25 each or online at eventbrite.com. Masking and social distancing will be observed during the performance regardless of vaccination status. Visit wiltseycenter.org or their Facebook page for more information. Coming up on Salem Township's News Choice, your week in review, plus leading the way into this week's final segment. Stay with us. But first, season's greetings from Old St. Nick himself.
Hello, this is Santa from the 75th Berwick Boulevard. Come down and check it out, all the beautiful lights. Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho!
Today we're talking about when should you fight your body? A lot of patients will complain to me about their symptoms, and that's fine. I'm here to see what's going on, what's causing the symptoms. But I don't really, I'll be honest, I don't hate the symptoms. If you have pain, as long as it's not debilitating, I encourage patients to deal with the pain, try to take care of what's causing it, and otherwise let the pain go, because the pain's gonna tell you what you're doing wrong. It's gonna help you protect that spot by not abusing it. It's gonna tell you something's the matter here, take care of it. And if a patient has a fever, I tell them, hey, unless it's really high, like for a baby 102, for an adult 104 is pretty high, but it's different for different ages. If it's 101, let it go. It's fighting something for you. It's gonna help to heal you. And this is true with a lot of different symptoms. Nausea. If you've gotta throw up, you've gotta throw up. Your body's taking care of you. It will help you to feel good.
No matter how busy life gets, your health needs to come first. That's why the relationship you build with your Lehigh Valley Health Network primary care doctor is one of the most important you'll ever have. From identifying your personal health risk factors to coordinating care with specialists, LVHN is here to partner with you every step of the way. And with the choice of virtual or in-person visits, it's never been easier to put your health at the top of your to-do list. Take the first step by visiting lvhn.org or by calling 888-402-LVHN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Monday. State police were called to a fatal hit and run last Friday night in Butler Township. Troopers found 24-year-old Dionis Ramirez Moya lying on the Interstate 81 southbound exit ramp at mile marker 151 around 11 p.m. Police investigated the accident and found that he'd been struck by a tractor-trailer that fled the area and was pronounced dead at the scene. Ramirez Moya was out on bail following an incident with his brother back on December 4th on East Mine Street, where he allegedly struck and killed his brother's parrot with a brick during the altercation. He was charged with simple assault and aggravated cruelty to animals. Anyone with information about the hit-and-run incident is still being asked to contact PSP Hazleton at 570-459-3890. Tuesday. A Luzerne County couple is facing child endangerment charges following a month-long investigation by Hazleton police. Michael Ships and Christina Davis turned themselves in this week and were both charged with endangering the welfare of children. Police began investigating the duo back in October after a code enforcement officer found their residence filled with debris, animal feces, and trash. 3 children lived in the home with Davis and Ships. Both were arraigned, with bail set at $25,000 unsecured. Wednesday. Berwick police made an arrest in an investigation regarding the death of an infant. The baby's death occurred in June of this year, and the manner and cause of death have been ruled a homicide. The investigation revealed that the infant died of blunt force trauma. The baby's biological mother, identified as 22-year-old Angelica Nicole Rivera, has been charged with criminal homicide, endangering the welfare of children, and tampering with evidence. She was taken into custody and was scheduled to be arraigned on Wednesday. Thursday. Charges were filed against a drumsman who was reported missing back in November. According to Butler Township Police, 57-year-old LaRon Cecil Monroe was working night shift at Community Options, which is a group home on Butler Drive for people with intellectual disabilities. On the morning of November 23rd, a day shift worker arrived and discovered that a resident was injured and Monroe was missing. Police found Monroe the next day in Wilkes-Barre, where he admitted that he left 2 residents alone that night, drove to Wilkes-Barre, got drunk, and did cocaine. During that time, one of the residents fell and sustained injuries. Monroe was charged with neglect of a care-dependent person and recklessly endangering another person. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for February. Friday. 1 person had to be taken to the hospital following a shooting in Wilkes-Barre. Shots were fired around 11:30 this morning at South Main Plaza. The victim was taken to Geisinger South Medical Center for treatment. Police detained 1 man and found a handgun inside of a Honda Accord parked across the street. A witness said they saw 2 people arguing before one of them brandished a handgun and fired 2 rounds. There's no word at this time on the identities of the victim, the suspect, or what charges will be filed. That's it for your week in review, here on Wyln News.
No matter how busy life gets, your health needs to come first. That's why the relationship you build with your Lehigh Valley Health Network primary care doctor is one of the most important you'll ever have. From identifying your personal health risk factors to coordinating care with specialists, LVHN is here to partner with you every step of the way. And with the choice of virtual or in-person visits, it's never been easier to put your health at the top of your to-do list. Take the first step by visiting lvhn.org or by calling 888-402-LVHN.
M&J Excavation, serving the area with quality and dependable home heating oil with competitive pricing. Also on and off-road oil delivery for your heavy equipment. They also provide paving and excavation services. 570-233-1898.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Dennis Gans is leading the way to wrap up this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's final segment of Leading the Way with Dennis Gans. Dennis, looking towards the future, what else is in store? Any ongoing projects or goals?
Well, I mean, personally, I get to start school in the new year here, going for my master's in healthcare management. Taking a little bit closer look at me personally to try to continue to grow within Lehigh Valley Health Network in my leadership roles, develop myself a little bit further. I'm fortunate to be part of the Lehigh Valley Health Network Management Academy for this fiscal year, so that's also a program that we applied to, and there's a process that you're selected, so I'm really enjoying being part of that program. And then obviously within the division, continuing to grow that, building our staffing, building our opportunities for our employees is something that we're eager to do. And then, I'm sure there's things that we're looking at outside of there that perhaps we can, continue to broaden and build the services that we offer. So just really staying optimistic and open-minded and excited about whatever, we have down the road.
Now you talked about, there's a openings, of course, available with your department.
Yeah.
And you're looking for people, and you're doing positive things to try and get people, interested. What advice would you give to people for those who are interested in perhaps pursuing a career in EMS?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things, my biggest advice is if you're someone who really feels a draw to help people, and it's something that you're interested in, we do have opportunities. If you're not sure if EMS is the right way for you, but you want to get your feet wet and get your foot in the door with Lehigh Valley Health Network, I'd encourage you to apply with us as a paratransit driver, and it gets you a little bit of a entry-level look at taking care of people and transporting people and being able to work with them. And then you're working side by side day in and day out. You can talk to the EMTs, you can talk to the paramedics, talk with me and my team, my leadership team, and we can really answer any questions that you might have. And if you're not really sure of that, you can always call us, come down and talk to us if we can work something out there. If you have a thought about getting into healthcare, I highly encourage people to get it. We really need it. Not only EMS, but throughout the services, nurses and doctors and physicians and technical partners, and there's so many opportunities that we need to help anywhere throughout healthcare.
And Lehigh Valley is definitely growing. So.
Absolutely, constantly growing.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us all week, and an even bigger thanks to our guest, Dennis Gans, for coming in to chat with us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Best of luck, best of life. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.